exposed why James Orengo and Siaya leaders held a meeting with William Ruto in Statehouse. Welcome back to our channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Royal News Updates Media, the channel where you get all your trending politics. Now today, James Orengo with the Siaya leaders held a meeting at the Statehouse with the President William Ruto. Why do you think they actually held a meeting with William Ruto despite the continuous criticism of the broad-based government? A shocking revelation. James Orengo, a big critique of the broad-based government, actually acknowledged the SHA system is actually working. Question marks. Has James Orengo suddenly bowed down to the broad-based alliance?
Out of 175 facilities in Siaya, we have registered 163 facilities. Out of a total population of about 900,000, a million, the people who have registered for SHA now is 335,000. It's just under 50%. We are not in the big league. Yeah, we are not amongst the top, but you can understand initially, when this. I know you know what I mean. But the interesting story is in terms of the claims. The total claims which have been raised so far is 281,907,000, and the amount which has been paid is 180,155,000. And what is pending, and is pending to be paid, not to be like pending bills we have in national government.
Now, after the meeting with William Ruto and the Siaya County leaders, this is what James Orengo posted. Led the Siaya County delegation in a meeting with President William Samoei Ruto to discuss ongoing and upcoming national government projects in the county. We explored partnership opportunities aimed at strengthening collaboration between the national and county governments to foster inclusive development and enhance service delivery for the people of Siaya.
Me as James Agre Orengo, putting aside even my position as a governor, that justice must be done. We cannot kill our people, and the time when we are mourning them, we are looking for officers. That cannot happen. We must first deal with injustice before we can deal with questions that arise out of that injustice. So I'm praying that Kenyans would listen to the voices of mothers like Mother Kevin to see that justice is done. Justice is done. And I want to say those who are in a rush to join Ruto, that Ruto is a passing cloud. I am saying that without a fear of contradiction, because Ruto now has no money, because he has been borrowing, and the Kenyans have told him you cannot borrow. Ruto has said no taxation, but he said he is continuing to taxation, and he refused taxation through the finance bill, so he cannot tax Kenyans. Ruto has lost the confidence of the international community. So, where is Ruto going to take us? Ruto is taking us into a sinking ship. And I'm urging everybody that joining Ruto is a disaster, is an abomination. It cannot work. And nobody is going to tell us. When we are saying Ruto must go, Nitie jomoko wa siasa matindo tindo ni koi Ruto must go, ni Ruto, ni Koron Gachag. When we say Ruto must go with all his people.
Why do you think James Orengo has suddenly changed the direction into supporting the broad-based alliance? At one time, Orengo was a vocal critic of the broad-based and was totally against it, winning the voice of the people on the ground. Now, 3 weeks ago, the MCAs of Siaya County had rejected the meeting with William Ruto, since the meeting was actually organized secretly without James Orengo being present, rather without his knowledge. Now, after several organizations of the meetings that were failing, Raila Odinga had to bring the whole pack together, and a meeting was actually organized in Nairobi. Now, the baseline of politics, if you understand the games in the politics, everything happens with a reason, and there's always something in return for one to support the actual narrative. What do you think the meeting between James Orengo, the Siaya leaders, and William Ruto was aiming at achieving? Now, reason number one for this actual meeting is the support of broad-based government. We saw the broad-based government actually agreeing to bid their support on William Ruto, but ODM was divided into two. We had the supporters of the broad-based alliance, and we had the anti-supporters who were criticizing the broad-based alliance, Orengo being one of them, and he's very vocal, had the support of the people. We even saw one time that Orengo had been isolated from Siaya and an impeachment was in motion to actually remove Orengo as the governor. So I bet Orengo has been under a lot of pressure to bow down to the broad-based alliance. And the only MP was actually in support of Orengo was Otiende Omolo. The rest had actually turned their backs away from Orengo. Everyone was in support of the broad-based alliance. So when we look at such pressure, you look at the pressure, you're being isolated, nothing is happening, you cannot do anything or conduct, you're always isolated, you don't know anything going on. I think Orengo just had to give in, surrender to the broad-based, and actually be in support of the alliance. Another factor is most of Raila's supporters were against the broad-based. So it was only one thing for them to do: make the supporters of Raila Odinga bow down to the broad-based. We all know that William Ruto is depending fully on the broad-based government for his presidential bid come 2027. So with any loopholes in the support of the broad-based, then there is a problem come 2027, the re-election of William Ruto. So his only strategy is to make the broad-based work, and by that we mean make all Nyanza people have their support for the broad-based, so that come 2027 he is playing a safe zone politics. It's obvious by now that Rigathi Gachagua has totally taken over Mount Kenyan region as the kingpin. So that is a no-go zone for William Ruto. Alternatively being, where will I get the votes from? Hence, he drew his attention to the broad-based alliance. And this is where the broad-based is coming in. Raila Odinga's strongholds, where we have Nyanza region, we have Western region, and we have the coastal region, which are strongholds of Raila. That is where William Ruto has focused his major target when it comes to support come 2027.
Our county of Siaya has come here as in a united front. I know you thought that we were divided. I know you thought that we might not be able to come as a team. You know, some of us, even the MPs, we were not together. Some of us walitangulia kuja kwako. And we have still not made the chemistry very well, the chemistry to come together. But you can see together we are here. So, Your Excellency, this shows you that our people want development. And we also want to assure you that we don't double speak as people of Siaya and people of my region. When we say one thing, that is what we mean, and we don't mean anything else. If we say we are in broad-based government, we are in broad-based government, we are working, and the principles have been established. So this is not time for us to be talking too much. Let us work. Let us work and work together, because development fears noise. This thing called capital is a flighty bird, and it can fly from you and land elsewhere very easily, because there are many people who also want the same things you want. So let us just concentrate and do what is necessary.
What do you think? Is Raila Odinga working on ODM coming together as one to support the broad-based alliance? Because people have been under the narrative that the broad-based alliance was crumbling and ODM was divided into two. Why do you think James Orengo has suddenly bowed down to pressure by supporting the broad-based alliance? Leave me your views in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Royal News Updates Media, the channel where you get all your trending politics. In case it's your first time to listen into Royal News, press the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you can be fast to receive the news bulletins once we upload them. JD Ishmaels. Till next time, adios.